Hello everybody. So I am back today with a new video and the topic is cardiac pacemaker potential. As we know that the heart consists of three layers out of which myocardium consists of two types of tissues, that is nodal tissue and muscle tissue. The nodal tissue is what contributes to the electrical system of the heart. Therefore, whereas muscle tissue is responsible for the contractility property of the heart. In this diagram, we can see the electrical system of the heart. First of all, the most important component is pacemaker of the heart, also known as the sinoatrial node or SA node, which is situated at the wall of the right atrium in the upper corner, which has the property of autorhythmicity and therefore is also named as pacemaker. On the other hand, we can see the interatrial connections known as the Bachmann's bundle. We can see the intraatrial connections, that is the anterior, middle and posterior internodal tract converging to AV node, bundle office, right bundle branch, left bundle branch, finally running into Purkinje fibers, together constituting the electrical system of the heart. But today we are discussing about the pacemaker potentials, that is the action potentials generated by SA node primarily. The special thing about SA node is that it does not require any external stimulus or external nervous innervation for its functioning. Because of its property of autorhythmicity, it can generate the action potentials by itself. This is the graph for pacemaker action potential. Here we can say before proceeding, the important point to know is that the resting membrane potential or RMP of a pacemaker is never steady. Generally it is minus 60 millivolt or around, but it is never steady because of the opening of funny type of sodium channels or leaky channels. Basically there is opening of funny type of sodium as well as potassium channels according to Ganong's, but the major contribution is of funny sodium channels, and we name it as funny sodium channels because they are leaky. They do not require any active gradient for the flow of ions, and they are open, hence they do not provide a steady state to RMP. So say if the opening of the funny type of sodium channels causes a sodium influx in the cell that creates positivity inside the cell, say the potential reaches up to minus 50 or minus 55 millivolts, then suddenly this creates a stimulus for opening of the T type of transient type of calcium channels. The transient type of calcium channels further causes positive ion calcium ion influx. This will lead to further creation of the positivity inside the cell. Therefore we can say that the action potential rises to about minus 40 millivolts. This is the threshold potential generally for the pacemaker action potentials. Just as the threshold potential is achieved, we can say that there is opening of L type of calcium channels. The opening of L type of calcium channel primarily causes more amount of positivity, more amount of calcium influx inside the cell, and there is sudden spike in the action potential. This is called depolarization because there is so much positive inside the cell, and it leads to generation of pacemaker action potential. Now we can see here as say like the action potential is generated, the graph is spiked because of the L type or long lasting type of calcium channels to about plus 20 millivolts or plus 40 millivolts. Then suddenly, to balance out the changes which have been created inside the cell, there is opening of potassium channels. Now wherever in the body the potassium channel is open, this causes hyperpolarization. So this is also known as a state of depolarization or slow depolarization. This will cause potassium efflux out of the cell, creation of negativity inside the cell, and further will lead to falling down of the action potential back to its normal RMP state. As RMP of the pacemaker is never steady, so there's again opening of the funny and leaky type of sodium channels. So we can say that here basically this slow depolarization is actually never touching or never making a flat line. This means that the slow depolarization is a contribution of potassium channels as well as funny type of sodium channels. Now opening of the funny channels again will lead to the generation and activation of T type, L type, and further action potential, and then followed by depolarization, repolarization, hyperpolarization. The moment where there is a increased positivity in the membrane potential below the threshold potential is known as the pre-potential. So we can say that the generation of pre-potential is aided by two type of channels, that is funny sodium channels and transient type of calcium channels. So basically the summary is the depolarization is mainly caused because of the activation of the calcium ions, the calcium influx inside the cell, activation of calcium channels. The repolarization is because calcium cell channels have been inactivated, potassium channels come into action, and they causes increased negativity inside the cell and restoring the RMP to negative volts. Pacemaker potentials, the slowing of depolarization is contributed by potassium as well as funny sodium channels, never touches or makes a flat line. And one of the major difference between a nervous action potential and a pacemaker potential is that the action potential in pacemakers are majorly contributed by L-type calcium channels, whereas in nervous tissue is contributed by the voltage gated sodium channels. So here, as we come down to the end of the pacemaker potential, we realize that the topic is so easy but we confuse it in our day-to-day lives. And now I hope that it would be much easier for you to understand and retain. So if you like the video and it was helpful to you in any way to understand and clear your concepts, please like, comment, subscribe, press on the bell icon for notification, and also share. Thank you.